I did something weird today. I tried to stealthily smell my classmates because I smelled somebody in my class who smelled absolutely wonderful. Why aren't you letting me pet you? And I could not figure out who it was, and there was a fan going, so it was somebody in my class. There's only 16 of us though, so it can't be very many of them. 3 of us are female, and it was definitely a male person, so that, kind of narrows it down a little bit. And there was a couple of people I thought it was, and I surreptitiously tried to sniff them, and it wasn't them. And then I realized it's the one guy it really hoped it wasn't gonna be. And it just broke my heart that it was that one. The one guy who wishes I didn't exist, and the one that I can't stop thinking about. And I just realized that it's kind of a superpower. At least it's something that people see as almost a supernatural talent of animals to recognize people by smell, but he must have changed the soap he uses or the cologne that he puts on. Although he never put on cologne before, so I guess it would have to be deodorant or something changed enough that I didn't recognize him. And he still smelled so good. But being able to recognize people by other things than their faces, I think that is something that is very useful, because I don't recognize faces very well, at least not human faces. And I have never met anyone else that is bad with faces. Everybody always says, oh, I'm terrible with names, but faces, I never forget a face. I always forget faces. Every time. I'll see a name, and I'm pretty good with them. Not great, but good. And I'll be like, oh, Finnegan. I know a Finnegan. This guy, blah, blah, blah. I got a whole story about him, whatever. But Finnegan could be standing right in front of me. Finnegan. I know, I'm saying your name, but stop. And I wouldn't recognize him. I recognize people by scent, by posture, by how they walk, or any number of things, by their smell. And it's Finnegan, stop. I knew I shouldn't have used you as an example. And it's really useful, because somebody can walk up behind you, and it's like, you can be like, oh, hey Troy, and they're like, how did you know it was me? Crazy. But actually it's because I recognize that you've got a squeak in your boot on when you step or stop or whatever. I don't know. You recognize the boots that he's wearing, or you recognize their smell, or maybe even just how he stops and then shuffles a little bit before he says anything, or any number of things. I just think it's really cool. And oh, look, a bug. And it's just I don't know, I'm rambling on about just random stuff. People smell nice most of the time. And I got something in my eye. Whoa.